This tutorial will go over multi-instance Minecraft speedrunning using Julti. First things first, we need to make sure that your PC is good enough for multi-instancing. Press Ctrl, Shift, and Escape to open the Task Manager. Go to the Performance tab, and click on Memory. To get an approximate maximum instance count for your PC, take the available value here and divide it by 2.5. Here's some estimated numbers for common total RAM counts. To ensure that this maximum is still appropriate for your PC, go to the CPU section. Your maximum instance count should be more or less the same as the logical processes divided by 2. For those that are still with me, if you haven't first followed K4's single instance setup tutorial, check the description. After you have an instance ready in MultiMC like this, right click it, go to Minecraft folder, and copy the directory like so. Now check the description for the latest version of modcheck. Here, click Select Instance Paths, and paste the directory here. Click Select All Recommended, and scroll down and check Standard Settings. Then click Delete all jar files before downloading, and then click Download. Once that's finished, go to your instance's config folder here, and drag in the sleepbg.json file linked in the description. Now back in MultiMC, right click and copy instance. Name it something like instance 1, and then delete the old instance. Now go to copy instance again, change the 1 to a 2, and deselect copy saves and keep playtime. And then just repeat this for your PC's appropriate instance count. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to make 9 instances. Once you're finished, open all of them. Now it's time to open Julti, which you can download in the description. With all of your instances opened, click Instance Utilities, and redetect instances. Now click Plugins, open Standard Manager, and answer yes to both of these prompts. Then click Apply to all instances and close Standard Manager. Now open Jawawi, then click Enabled. To go back, press Escape. Otherwise, to test the wall, press T. The necessary default hotkeys are T to reset all instances, R to play the instance your mouse is currently hovering over, and U to reset and go back to the wall. Shift clicking will lock instances. By locking good seeds, they will not be reset when T is pressed, and more of your PC's power will be allocated to that instance, so it loads in quicker. You can press E to unlock instances. Now you can use Jawawi perfectly fine. It's easy to set up and use, and it does almost everything you'll need it to do. As long as you don't use the auto full screen option in Julti, you can record your runs using a desktop capture, using OBS, Shadowplay, or whatever's convenient for you. On the other hand, Julti integrates directly into OBS for slightly better performance, more customization, and letting you record and stream seamlessly, even with auto full screen enabled. In OBS, click Tools, Scripts, then this plus button, navigate to %userprofile%/.julti, and double-click Julti OBS link.lua. Here, click Generate Scenes, and generate stream scenes. Now back in OBS, right-click the Julti scene, and go to Full Screen Projector. Now for some useful features. First, let's go to the Julti options. Setting the MultiMC path makes launching your instances much easier later. Try clicking Auto Detect, but if that doesn't work, you can paste the path to multimc.exe here manually. You should also enable experimental options. Now in Windows settings, you can choose to enable or disable borderless. I also recommend clicking one of these optimize buttons. If you don't know which one, just click the FOV one. Also disable maximize when resetting. If you prefer to play in full screen mode, go to the experimental tab and enable auto full screen. Under instance utilities, you can add more instances to Julti by redetecting instances. You can launch and close all of your instances here. Set titles will make your instances available to OBS if they're not showing up on the wall. Under file utilities, you can clear old worlds periodically to save hard drive space. And sync instances will apply instance 1's options and configuration to all of your other instances. Now we're going to return to plugins, starting with Standard Manager. Here, you can edit options across all of your instances easily. To see all of your settings, click Edit File manually. The Standard Settings mod will revert your settings to this file when you reset. After you've finished editing your options, you should click Instance Utilities, Reload Instance Options. The Benchmark plugin can be used to test your resetting speeds. And Paceman links to a website where people can watch your run happening in real time, link to your stream if you're live, and even keep a record of your past runs to track stats. There's even a Discord bot which you can set to notify you when someone's on a good run. For more information, read the guide linked in the description. To take advantage of the Move and Resize plugin, we're going to need to learn about scripts. Check out the Scripts menu and go to Browse Official Scripts. One of the most popular uses for resizing the window is ThinBT. So let's install that. Using the default window size is fine. Once you install a script here, go to Edit Hotkeys and set the hotkey here. There's also official scripts for planar fog abuse and eye measuring. The built-in eye measuring script also includes the option for a magnification window like this. This is really useful if you're looking to do pixel perfect eye measurements or bowed eye. I'll link a video by Osh down below for a tutorial on that. I'll also leave more details on how you can use scripts in the description if you're looking for more custom functionality. You can add other plugins by clicking Open Plugins folder, dragging in the plugin, and restarting Julti. I'll make some of them available in the description. In Julti Options and Launching, you can set a number of programs you'd like to launch along with your instances. I'm going to set up OBS and NinjaBrainBot. Now when I start my session, I can first launch Julti, then use Instance Utilities, launch all instances, then File Utilities and launch programs. To make submitting world files easier for runs that require them, I recommend right-clicking on the instance the run was performed on in Julti and clicking Package Files for submission. Julti will give you a link where you can submit downloads to the packaged files, preferably through Google Drive. As of recent, the verification scene in OBS is no longer necessary for your runs to be verifiable as long as the F3 screen is shown in your runs, so feel free to delete it. Back in Options, you can use profiles if you have different sets of options or instances for different things, like if you wanted to set up a wall for a different version of Minecraft. If you want to take advantage of scripts and plugins using instances not registered in Julti, like with ranked or practice instances, go to Experimental and enable Utility mode. In Resetting and Style, Wall is the default wall configuration that you're probably familiar with. Dynamic Wall creates a smaller wall out of your total instances and is more suited to higher instance counts. And Multi bypasses the wall entirely, cycling to the next available instance when you reset, which is only useful in very rare cases. Benchmark is reserved for the benchmarking plugin covered earlier, so just ignore it. A lot of the other options are more self-explanatory and have more detailed explanations when you hover over them. If you're looking to change the grid layout for your wall manually, the amount of rows and columns, uncheck Automatically Determine Wall Layout. Now for some OBS features and tips. You should put any overlays like stream alerts or NinjaBrainBot on the playing and or walling scenes. On the lock display scene, you can change what your instances look like when locked. And on the dirt cover display scene, you can change what they look like when resetting if you have the Use Dirt Covers option turned on in the Julti wall options. You can even have invisible dirt covers in Julti's OBS options. This lets you put stuff behind the Julti source like this by projecting the walling scene instead of the Julti scene. If you're looking to record Minecraft sound instead of full desktop audio, enable this group in the sound scene, and then use Julti, Instance Utilities, Set Titles. You can toggle the instance number indicators in Julti OBS options, and if you use any of the resize scripts, I recommend enabling a line active instance to center. I also recommend going to Docs and checking scene transitions, and making sure it's set to cut. If you really want different transitions, they work best if you go to Tools, Scripts, and Generate Multi-Scenes. Now for some common troubleshooting. The first thing you should do in any case is check the Julti log for any obvious errors and fix them accordingly. If you're having trouble with OBS showing missing or black spaces on the wall like this, firstly go to Julti, Instance Utilities, and Set Titles. And then use the command fixfs. This will ensure that each instance has a unique window title and is unfull-screened and unminimized, which is necessary for OBS to see your instances. For more frequently asked questions and further support, please check the doc and join the Julti Discord link below.